Hey, how's it going, everybody? The moon isn't real, and we're living in a simulation. My name's Miguel,
And this is Diego.
and welcome back to Winging It. How do you drink your coffee?
I like it black. Nothing on it, because extra calories for no reason.
Yeah, so same, right? But recently, I bought a couple little things of Oatly, and I've been, like, one time last week, I poured a little bit of Oatly
Okay.
over my black coffee, and I can't stop. And I've been drinking it with Oatly ever since.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've never been a creamer guy. Ever since I started, like 10 years ago, working for Amazon, I started drinking coffee every day. It's always been black. And I grew a habit of just black coffee. But I can't go back.
Interesting.
And I'm going to go back when I go back to work and, start drinking just regular coffee again. But I think if you can drink it with a little bit of creamer, it goes a long way.
Yeah, I personally, just by itself, so no calories, no nonsense, no sugar. Yeah. But hey, that's you do you.
So yesterday we talked about like TV, waste of time and stuff like that. And I showed you a game yesterday.
Oh boy.
And yeah, you had fun.
It was an interesting game for sure.
So
you had me at Elon Musk plays it.
I did some research, and I was listening to an interview with Lex Friedman interviewing the guy who wrote the biography on Elon Musk.
Okay.
So he lived with Elon Musk for months, and he saw him through like phases. He figured out he's not a multitasker; he's a serial tasker, right?
Okay.
And one habit that Elon Musk has is he owns like 6 companies, and he will like spend an hour or two on something with the company, and then he'll pivot to the next task, the next company, and in the middle he has like a palate cleanser, right? So sometimes he'll get on Twitter and he'll like go crazy, right. But sometimes he'll play a game called Polytopia with a friend. And I was like, oh, like I like to play games when I'm being productive. I was trying to hopia myself on this, right? And so I downloaded it, and it's actually it's a genre of gaming called 4X. So 4X gaming, it's like what Civilization 6 is.
Strategy.
Yeah, it's like a civilization builder specifically.
Okay.
Like the 4X stands for like explore,
Yeah.
And I downloaded it. And I started playing it, and it's basically Civ 6 condensed down into like a super easy, fast format, right?
Yeah.
It's like Civ 6 on crack.
Correct.
So then I had this idea of like, hey, like if Elon Musk is spending so much time on this game, is this something that you should include if you want to be productive as a palate cleanser between tasks, right? Like, is it good to obviously like wind down and relax and have that balance in a day while you're being productive, so that you don't burn out, right? Because burnout's real, and let's be honest there that you can't just theoretically live super productive all the time, right? You want that balance because it's going to make you better throughout the day on your next task. If you take a deep breath and wind down and then go in full force on your next task, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can agree that can help some people. I think there's a wide spectrum of how people can operate, and I think it's beneficial to give yourself breaks and find that balance. But I don't think everybody thrives in that same, with that same way of doing things. I think there are some people that can just focus on productivity, or maybe they can wind down doing something else. Yeah. That's not necessarily video games. That can also be beneficial.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But in this case, Elon Musk, like,
right.
Arguably, like,
right, he's
a more successful person in the world, right?
So he's playing this game,
yeah. And I'm not gonna go super into it,
okay?
But I am going to, I think, play at least once a day, and then try to see if there's takeaways from the game and see if it lends itself to give back in your real life, right? Because. Elon thinks so. Elon had a thing.
He does think so, doesn't he?
He got his brother into it, right? And he told his brother. He said that this game, it could be used as a sort of CEO training sort of thing.
It could be used. Okay.
Yeah. If you obviously if you play too much, you're just playing a game.
But I think you'd have to redo the game, right? Because right now it doesn't show you how to be a better CEO.
No.
Just
So
playing the game. Is that what you're saying?
He's saying that by playing it, you get you can take away, and I'll read you like seven things. Yeah. So the first thing that he learned was empathy is not an asset.
Interesting.
Those types of things, right?
Okay.
So you should, if you wanted to be a really good CEO, you should stop showing empathy at work.
Okay. He got that from the game?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Two, do not fear losing. Okay. Right? Because this stops people. This stops entrepreneurs. The fear of losing.
Okay.
Right? So you will lose the first 50 times. But if you play consistently and consecutively, with each game, you'll have less emotion. So Musk, he makes like 100 decisions a day, and perhaps like 20 of them are wrong, right? But if he makes no decisions because he's too afraid of losing, then his companies will die.
Okay.
Yeah. Three, optimize every churn. And this is something that we get from Forex gaming, from Civ 6 gaming, right?
Yeah.
You want to understand how to optimize. And I think just on the surface, if you play a game like this, that's going to be like a huge takeaway is like, how do you make the most optimal move at every course of the day?
Right. The best next move, basically.
Yeah. Seize every opportunity. 4, play life like a game, right? Mm-hmm. There was this saying that I learned when I was like 18, and I haven't forgot about it. It's in life and in business, you have to care, right? You have to care, but not that much.
Okay.
And that's so true. If you care too much and you take things too seriously, it's bad.
Yeah.
Any extremes are bad.
Any extremes are bad, correct.
And it's really good to take a step back, realize it's not that serious, bro.
True.
And that will let you go to the next level of things because you won't burn out as much. And there's a lot of different variables there. 5, double down to advance. Okay. Right? So like in this game, it's about strategy and war and conquering. Sometimes you need to learn when it's optimal to double down. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes if you double down, you're going to get wrecked.
True.
So the more you learn about how to seize an opportunity, know that it's an opportunity and double down on that opportunity, the more successful you'll be on understanding when to take advantage of situations.
Okay.
All right. 6, you want to pick your battles.
Pick your battles.
So say you're in this game, say you're playing with like 4 people. You want to pick your battles. You want to know when to work on your economy. You want to know when you want to war, right?
Right.
In real life, you want to know when to concentrate on something and put your focus on that. And if it's something that has a challenge or some conflict, you want to know when to give up on it, maybe, right, entirely, or when to pursue it.
Okay.
Or if you don't know how to do this well, you might run out of resources.
Right.
And then lastly, you need to know when to unplug at times.
Unplug from the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
and other things.
Okay.
And you don't want to let anything take too much of your time.
Right.
Anything that's not worth that much of your time, obviously. Mm-hmm. So even Elon Musk has deleted Polytopia.
Multiple times?
Yeah. And re-downloaded it when it suits his needs, right? So
Right.
yeah.
I wonder if he deleted it because of
He started dreaming about it.
Yeah, that's so basically a lack of self-control.
Exactly, yeah.
Because he was starting to get into the game. I can see that. Yeah. It's interesting you bring up that game as something that Elon Musk saw, like he took benefit from. But everything you said, I noticed that these are things that you can find out in the real world. Yeah. So like you can learn all these things he learned in the game in the real world. And I think that's because we live in a world now where video games are a huge popular thing, but all video games stem from real world situations created in a way that's more entertaining for people, because the real world sometimes can be very boring. But the lessons you learn, you can all be found in the real world.
Yeah.
So that was my biggest thing, right, with spending time on video games, because you can also spend time doing real world things that also benefit you, just like a video game would.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Meats are expensive.
Meat, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how was that, dude? Tell me.
So I was like 80% good about eating only meat last week.
Okay.
I ate some like carbs and stuff like that. Because my focus was on losing weight, not necessarily like going full carnivore, full keto.
Oh, okay.
And we'll talk about that when we get there. But I did go into a little journey about meats and discovering like what makes the difference between like an 18 per pound cut of meat ribeye,
Okay.
right, versus a $6 cut of meat, like a third of the price shoulder.
Interesting.
So
I don't even know this. Tell me.
dude, shoulder does not taste as good as ribeye.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Is it more expensive?
No, it's $6 a pound.
Maybe that's why.
So yeah, it tastes a little bit like rancid liver.
Oof. I like liver too. Are you sure?
I hate liver.
Maybe that's why.
Oh god, no. Shoulder. Let's just say there's a good reason why it's $6 a pound, and I won't be buying it again. But I bought it because I've never been like trying different cuts of meat and like seeing what the difference is, and also I can't support $18 a pound of meat consistently and still be within my budget. So
Right.
I need to figure out. I'm still on a journey to figure out how to eat good meats in a frugal way.
Well, think about it like how to eat good protein, because you can get protein from other things that aren't necessarily meat. Meat
Tilapia
is the expensive way of getting protein.
Beef, yeah.
Exactly, beef. And I got no beef with beef. So I don't mind eating beef, chicken, fish, any of that. Obviously, look for the cheapest, opportunities that you can. Because sometimes you can get meat on sale and you eat it that day. There's people that go to the store every day and they just look for sales and they'll cook it that day. And they're still saving themselves the money than, if you go in and spend on a bunch of meat for the whole week. Because none of it's on sale and then meat's expensive.
Yeah. So, all right. So I lost 10 pounds.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Fitness goals.
You lost some weight too?
I went ahead and had the goal for 2 pounds and I lost 6 pounds.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we went over.
Yeah. So I weighed 210 in the last cast, and I currently weigh 200.3 pounds.
Nice, dude. What is that? 10 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went from 203 actually, now that I'm checking, to 196.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
lost 9 pounds.
you're still beating me.
If I'm correct. Yeah.
So next week, I'll still maintain the goal of 5 pounds.
Okay.
So my goal for next week is 195.
Oh, you're trying to drop another?
Yeah, like I'm doing 5 pounds a week.
Gotcha.
And if I do 10, that'd be great. If I weigh 190 by next week, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I only had the goal to lose 2 pounds every 2 weeks, but I lost way more than 2 pounds last week. My goal is, again, just another 2 pounds, so I'm trying to get to 194. If I go lower than that, well, then cool.
So if I can do another 10 pounds, I can beat you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get to 185.
I'm trying to get to 180. Nice.
Okay, so we're both pretty much there. I lost like less pounds than you, so I think obviously you were fatter than me.
I was.
Or bigger than me, I should say.
No. No, you're right.
Okay.
When you say fatter.
It's true.
So I didn't lose any strength, which is the goal. Because
right.
if I couldn't do bench press 185 for 5 at least, I would really consider continuing to bulk.
Oh, okay. So you would stop dieting.
Maybe. I mean, it'd be a huge consideration.
Gotcha.
But I didn't lose any strength. I actually gained strength. In the last, so I do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Thursday workout, that's the last one that I do bench press in. I was doing 185 pounds, 4 sets for 6 reps. And that was the first time I did 6 all 4 times.
Oh, nice.
Which before I would do 6, and like a 5.
Oh, so it actually helped you increase.
So like I'm not going backwards. And
Nice.
next week I'm going to continue doing 185 for at least 6 reps. And if I go back, then I'll know that it's starting to take a toll on my strength. But so far, so good.
Right on. Yeah, I lost a couple pounds more than expected. For last week, I was just trying to maintain protein so I can maintain muscle retention. But I think I did really good because I actually was able to increase. My goal was to increase 1 rep or 5 to 10 pounds on every workout. And I did. I increased 1 rep or 5 pounds on every single workout that I did. Obviously, lower the amount of protein that I ate took out some carbs so that I can lose some weight. But I was still able to hit every single workout that I do, and I was still able to go twice a week. So, I think I'm making progress towards the right direction.
Nice. I learned you can't just sit down on your ass and lose weight that fast, obviously.
Yep.
Last week, I learned that cravings are really powerful, especially when you're getting off bulking and you're, eating like crazy and you have no consideration about like what you're putting in your body. So you're eating like all the carbs and everything. And when you cut that first week is so hard. You are literally in a withdrawal phase, right? So I learned that you can't theorize weight loss, big picture, and be successful with just that.
Yeah.
You need, and this is something that you can only learn by doing it. You need to take it one day at a time and be in the moment.
100%.
You have to live in the moment. Because every second, every waking millisecond of every day, when you're in this withdrawal period, your body's it's like Tokyo Ghoul when the ghouls are, like really hungry.
What is that?
Yeah. It's crazy. You feel like, it's like a heroin withdrawal. I mean, I don't do heroin.
What are you trying to tell us, dude?
Anime and heroin, man.
No, but I get it. It's hard. I've been through the withdrawals. I know what it feels like to like, hey, you're going to cut back on this food and your body's just like, yo, where's my food at? You know what I mean? Because obviously you're used to it. You're craving it. It's a habit you've built. But now you're trying to have control over what you're eating. You're making, decisions based on things that you're trying to accomplish. And regardless of what your body's telling you, which is, hey, give me more food. You're doing what you got to do. I get it. It's hard.
And you can't just, like I said, sit on your ass and lose weight. Because I was studying all week. And for the first couple of days, I was just studying and not eating that much, right? And I would try to fast the whole day and whatnot. And
yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna last.
But like on Saturday of last week, I ran 5 miles with my sister.
Okay.
And I'm committing. We're both committed to going on a 5 mile jog or hike every Saturday.
That's good.
And this last Saturday, yesterday, I went with my sister and we jogged the loop.
Okay.
We hiked the loop.
Wait, jogged or hiked?
Hiked.
Okay.
She's barely getting into this.
Right.
She's doing you're doing a great
job. Baby steps.
And we clocked in. I told her, I was like, it doesn't matter what we do.
Right.
As long as we go on this loop, it doesn't matter what time we hit. You want to set the bar low,
very low,
so we can beat it.
Exactly.
And that's what I did when I first got into fitness. I set the bar, like I was benching like 95 pounds, just like a 25 on each side, right?
Right.
And I was excited about that when I first started, and it helps. It helps like that psychological factor of it all. Yep. So we did the 5 miles in about 2 hours and 55 minutes.
Okay.
And I told her, like, as long as we beat that every time we go, right? That's the goal. You set the benchmark.
Small improvements.
Yeah.
Definitely,
so,
yeah.
I'll go over the times that we hit every time now.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So 255 is like, the first time, and hopefully we'll beat that next week.
Yeah. Cardio is very important if you're trying to lose weight, obviously. So it's good that you added that.
And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add going every other day myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So are you gonna make personal goals to beat?
Yeah,
like on your own?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool.
so I'll have my sister goal, right?
Right.
Which is currently it's 2 hours and 55 minutes, and then my own personal goal, I'm gonna set that tomorrow.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
And this is just gonna expedite the weight loss.
All right. Because for next week, I want to go ahead and look into some lose 2 pounds. Want to maintain the reps and the weights that I've added from last week, and I'm actually going to try to add 1 more rep to everything. I'm going to not add weight. I'm going to see if I'm able to add 1 more rep. But I like this idea of, again, same as you, small increments, right? Because you started with less weight and now you're lifting a lot heavier. And that's essentially what I'm trying to do. Slowly building. Because that's what I did with push-ups, right? I started with 1 push-up months ago and it slowly increased 1 by 1 whenever I felt like I could do more, and now I'm at 50 every single day, sometimes even more.
Nice.
So that's what I'm trying to do with the weights. Exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and up 1 more rep, maintain all the weights that I've added. The last thing for my fitness goal is going to be, I want to start looking into like some vitamins and some supplements that are going to also help me on some things that I normally don't take account of, like my calcium intake,
vitamin
my iron,
D.
all the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my goal for next week.
That's cool. Actually, two more things there. So
Hit me.
one, I also took a multivitamin. I bought.
Nice.
I was literally at Ralph's and I was like, dude, I just want a bottle that says multivitamin and says for men. I want that bottle. And I found it.
Right on.
I found that exact bottle. It's like once a day for men.
Okay.
Multivitamin.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah. It's like they know how to sell to me.
Yeah, they got you, dude.
Yeah. I'm taking it. I feel fine. So.
That's good. Yeah.
But I know last week I was talking about like the whole competition of it all and like my my need and desire to beat you at push-ups.
That's right.
So I stopped doing push-ups.
Okay. Tell us why.
Because I'm benching 185, and I think it's that weight and the fact that I was doing push-ups every day, and when I started benching, I felt a sharp pain.
That's right.
A sharp pain in my right arm.
That's right. And do you remember we've had this conversation, and I was like, hey man, be careful trying to also add on push-ups, especially 100 a day.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. Your body's gonna tell you, hey, I can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're overdoing it.
So that was on the Monday, because on Monday and Thursday I'll do bench press. So on Monday I felt the pain, and then I stopped doing all the push-ups.
Yeah.
I didn't finish my push-ups on Monday.
Right.
I didn't do push-ups on Tuesday.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then people know you were trying to do 100 a day.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, they need to know.
Yeah.
You went crazy. You was like, I'm going to do 100 a day. Yeah. Even if you divide it up, like your body's still doing 100 a day, and you're not used to that.
Yeah.
You know? That's crazy.
And then I didn't do any on, Wednesday, and then Thursday came, and I was doing the bench press.
Okay.
And I didn't feel the pain anymore.
Nice.
So that was like,
good.
A reiteration to me that, okay, like, it was the push-ups.
Yes.
Don't do them anymore.
It could have been worse if you kept going.
Yeah.
So that's a good move.
Thanks.
Smart.
So our finance goals.
Let's get it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready to hear? So last week I said I bought my first purchase of FUBO.
Okay.
And I was up $8 last week.
Okay, nice.
All right. So I bought my second purchase of FUBO this last week, and it is currently still up.
Nice.
I am up 2.49% on my total, purchases.
Right.
I have a average cost of $2.66. So that's the average that I have bought all my FUBO. Okay. And I have 300 shares now. I have 300 shares of FUBO at a cost basis of $2.66. Or sorry, yeah. And right now, FUBO is worth $2.68.
Okay.
And my total portfolio is worth $798.
Oh, you already invested all that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And I redid my budget, and I've actually increased my weekly lump sums. So I'm going to invest $500 a week now.
Is that more or less than?
That's more. The first one was $380.
Oh, is that because you found a way to, be able to buy all the stuff you need?
Yeah, like to cut on other things. And yeah, with $500 a week, I will not go into debt. I'll be able to still pay off my bills every month and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So that's one thing. And the second thing is that I had a little bit more money saved up.
Right.
All right.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm going to make it public in this public account that I also bought something else.
What did you buy? Disney stock. No, I'm just kidding.
That's actually on my watch list.
It's the worst stock to buy. It has underperformed for forever.
That's why it's good. It's not a value trap.
Let's not go into stock. Okay. I'm not a stock guy. Go ahead.
So I did buy a second stock.
Okay.
So I just want to be clear. I am going to continuously in this public portfolio here for winging it. I am gonna have 10,000 FUBO shares.
Oh, that's a goal.
That is the goal, right?
10,000.
I have a second goal.
Okay.
That second goal is I want 10,000 SOFI shares.
SOFI. You say?
SOFI. Have you heard of SOFI?
Never heard of SOFI. Tell me more.
SOFI is a thing called fintech. It's financial technologies.
Okay.
It is a bank, and they do all their banking online. Okay. It is the idea, the concept of SOFI is, can a bank be successful entirely online,
Okay.
where you don't have to pay the cost of a brick and mortar store, right? It's like the next level of banking. If crypto doesn't work,
Okay.
or even if it does, right?
Yeah, you can believe in banks, dude. It's fine.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like those who still believe in banks, this is like the evolution of banking.
Nice. Evolution for who? The company or the people?
Anyways. So I want 10,000 shares because I believe, just like how I believe that FUBO can be worth $100 stock and my 10,000 shares can be worth $1 million.
Okay.
I believe SOFI can be worth $100. I believe SOFI can be worth $500. And that's 5 million. So I currently own, now SOFI is a little more expensive than FUBO. FUBO is worth $2.66 a share. SOFI is worth $7.88 a share right now.
Okay.
And guess what? Tomorrow is their earnings call. You have no idea what that means.
Earnings call. Hit me.
The way that stocks work, how stocks grow in price, right? Is that when you're a private company and you go public, right? That is when stocks are live for the company. Before, when you're a private company, you do not have stocks. That does not exist, all right?
Okay.
You're a privately owned company. You have 100% ownership of this company, right?
Right.
When you go public, all right, it's called an IPO. Then now your company has shares. It's broken down like a piece of pie, right? It's broken down into all these slices, okay?
Yep.
Each slice is a piece of the pie. That's a piece of that's one share, okay? So say you have 1 million shares, and let's say that the company is worth $1 a share. That's a $1 million company, right? There's 1 million shares. Each stock is worth one. That's $1 million company.
Right.
SOFI, it is currently worth $7.88, and I have 190 shares of SOFI.
Okay.
So my 190 shares is currently worth it's worth $1,497.
Okay.
That was the extra money that I had that I put in to SOFI, and I did it urgently.
Okay.
It
Because of the call?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a impulse, but I saw that there was an earnings call coming, and you could say that this is a gamble, but I am okay with the price of SOFI. I want it to go down.
There it is.
I want it to go down
Of course.
because guess what? If it goes down, I get to buy more
That's the mentality.
at a discount, and that is the mentality, right? But again, no debt. You're doing the safe.
Right.
It's responsible, and that's the buy and hold mentality. It's like you don't care what the stock price is. Now, I got in early because early to the call because if it goes up, then obviously there's like a little premium there. But I just thought it'd be fun to kind of go over in this podcast, like, hey, there's a call. Oh, and by the way, the way that companies work is that every quarter, every 3 months, each public company goes over their finances in an earnings call, right? So every 3 months, like Tesla will talk about how it performed the previous 3 months. And based on those numbers, then investors will be like, oh, we can reevaluate the price, the evaluation of the company. Oh, it's worth this much now. So then they drive the stock price. It green lights investors to put in money, and so it reaches that price. So as long as a company is growing, then the price of the stock should theoretically go up in line with the growth of that company, with the performance of the company, right?
Got it.
Which is how stocks they make more sense than crypto, right? Because like crypto,
Sure.
it's all speculation.
Sure.
It's all speculation. Stocks, there is performance that is tied to physical actions in the world,
Okay.
So, which is also why stocks are more tame, right? They don't go up because they want to be what's the word? It's called being efficient, right? Every second of the day, if the evaluation of the company like goes up, then the stock goes up. It's efficient. It matches the expectation.
Gotcha. Okay.
So just to quickly recap, I have 300 shares of FUBO and 190 shares of SOFI. And I'll let you guys know next week how the earnings call goes and where my money is.
Nice, nice. All right. So for my finance goals last week was to look into the best investment in crypto. So I'm gonna deep dive here a little bit. If you don't know what crypto is, right? It's cryptocurrency, digital currency. Now, the way that we know about it is, for example, you can buy crypto through Robinhood. You can buy crypto through Coinbase, right? Most people know about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, SHIB. All these coins are cryptocurrency. However, they are all on centralized exchanges. That's the biggest thing. The most people I think don't understand is crypto is supposed to be a decentralized currency. But crypto is currently in only centralized exchanges. You look at Ethereum, for example. The Ethereum Foundation is a group of people that control what happens with Ethereum and how Ethereum grows. That is not decentralized because there's a group of people that control it. That is centralized. So what I am looking for is true crypto, right? And I have decided to embark on this journey with the wind on my back, and I have learned about Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain is a blockchain created by Richard Hart, and I'll talk about him more in future podcasts. But to sum it up, basically, it's a blockchain that Richard Hart has created, which is fully decentralized. It is a Pulse Chain blockchain, and the native coin that you use is Pulse. So what I have decided to do is invest my money. I'm going to go ahead and invest in crypto assets that are in this chain. And that is how I'm going to go ahead and invest in crypto, because this, I notice, is the true decentralized cryptocurrency available to me right now. So for last week, I was supposed to find the best investment that I could in crypto. I see that I'm going to be making those investments through the Pulse Chain blockchain, not only because of the fees are extremely cheap right now. Ethereum's expensive in comparison to Pulse Chain. So not only are the fees cheap, but it's actually decentralized. So those are the two main reasons why I'm going with Pulse Chain. And the first asset that I'm going to go ahead and buy in this blockchain is going to be pDai Stablecoin. Now, many people know what DAI on Ethereum is. That is a stable coin that is pegged to $1. So whenever you buy an asset and you want to take it out to cash, right, you have to take it out to a stable coin, something that's tied or pegged to $1, which is USDC or pDai. But Pulse Chain has a copy, and I don't want to confuse people with all this information, but Pulse Chain basically has a copy of DAI. It is a P version of the DAI coin. And this coin is currently not $1 because it's not pegged to $1 because it's not backed by anybody, right? It is on the Pulse Chain blockchain, and it is a speculative coin that might go to $1 one day. Now, there are personal reasons why I know it's going to go to $1 because I've done a lot of research. I don't want to explain that here now because it's going to be way too much information, but I'll break it down little by little over the coming weeks. So my first investment is going to be pDai Stablecoin because I know it's going to hit $1 at some point in the future. So it's the no-brainer, safest investment that I can make now because DAI is currently at 0.002 of $1. So one DAI right now costs me
20% of a penny.
There you go. 20% of a penny. So I'm going to go ahead and this week, I went ahead and I started a brand new wallet, added Pulse Chain blockchain, got myself a little bit of Ethereum because you need Ethereum to be able to move money into the Pulse Chain blockchain. So I went ahead and spent $180 on a DAI. I don't have right now what that amount is, but I'm going to start tracking. That's actually my goal for the next week is to track that portfolio's performance. So I will be letting you guys know next week how that DAI is performing from the moment I bought it. So, but again, that's going to be my long-term hold, and I'm going to be investing first. Right now, I spent $180, my first week's investment into all of DAI, but I'm going to be breaking that up into other lucrative speculative investments as I learn more about different coins in this ecosystem. But for now, the safest move that I can make because of the research that I've done and me understanding the math and how it works, I'm going to go ahead and invest in pDai Stablecoin on Pulse Chain. And that's, yeah, and I'm going to let you guys know what that portfolio, how that does. One of the things that I'm going to do that actually it doesn't involve crypto that I'm going to be doing for next week is I want to start selling stuff. I notice I have stuff that I just don't use. So I don't understand what the point of me having it is. I'm going to start selling it all. And all of that money, if I make any at all, I'm going to go ahead and put it into this ecosystem that I'm trying to invest in. Also, I obviously am spending the amount of money that I said I was going to put away for debt. So I spent actually already $270 paying down my debt. So that's happening. I'm doing that every week. I'll let you guys know how that's tracking. That way we know how long it's kind of taking me to pay off my debt, since most of my money is focused to debt, and to see how, my portfolio is growing in this completely decentralized crypto world that I have decided to immerse myself in.
Nice. So what is the price of your current portfolio right now with the pDai Stablecoin? How much money have you put in this week?
200 and well, actually for pDai Stablecoin, I've put $175. I want to say 75 because I needed like $5 for fees to be able to get my money in there.
Yeah. So right now you have your account is worth
$175 of pDai Stablecoin.
Nice.
From Pulse Chain.
Okay. Nice.
Yep. I'm in the wild, wild west, baby. I'll let you guys know how it goes. If it all goes to zero, you'll be the first to know.
And that's actually a good segue to my financial insights.
Hit me, man.
So actually, I wanted to talk about my stance on crypto.
Okay.
Because it's very, very black and white, very simple. But I think it's very important that I talk about that now on episode 3, so that everyone knows like where I stand on it. And as you unfold and as your portfolio grows or not, if my insights are, if they have any merit. So
right.
I think that crypto can make you money.
Of course.
But I have been in crypto back in 2021 was the first time I ever bought crypto. I bought a coin called Dogecoin. I put $7,000 in that coin. Very first time, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, oh, coin, money. I heard some speculation about it, and I saw that those $7,000, I bought 54,000 Doge.
Okay.
And I saw the $7,000 turn to $40,000.
Nice.
And I was so excited. Because when it was $40,000, I had it was like 70 cents a Dogecoin. Right? 70 cents a Dogecoin. Can you imagine that? Dude.
I was there. I lived it.
From 10 cents, or, I bought it at 13 cents, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was at 70 cents, and everyone said it's going to go to $1.
That's right. That's the narrative.
And I was like, dude, I'm buying more. I'm buying more. 70 cents is so cheap. It's so cheap.
They got them.
So
they got them, boys.
So then it started to go down. And then from 70, it was at like 54. I remember that.
Yep.
I remember it being 54 cents. I was working in commerce. I was driving. I was listening to podcasts every day about crypto.
Right.
And I was like, man, it's so cheap right now. Foaming at the mouth. I was so excited. And then it went to 30 cents.
Yep.
And I was like, how can anyone not buy this?
It's
so cheap. It was 70 cents. It's so cheap. And then it went to 20 cents.
That's right.
And I was like, man.
Feel it.
I lost like 20 grand.
Sheesh.
And I've never had more than 40 in my entire life.
Yeah.
Back then. So when I lost 20, I was like, man, I want to be at 40 again. It's going to go up. It has to go up.
Yeah.
So I didn't sell, and then it went to 13 cents.
Let's go, baby.
And then I sold.
That's how you learn.
So my stance with crypto, you could make money, right? But what's a little bit more serious about crypto is what it does to you psychologically, right? It does something to you psychologically because it releases, dopamine. It releases that pleasure chemical that makes you feel euphoric. And you get real excited when you're at the top, and it's really hard to get talked down that ledge. It's really hard. A YouTuber named Graham Stephan and another guy named Andre, they tried to talk to the Dogecoin millionaire. You've heard of him, right? Pro the Doge.
Yeah, that guy. I remember him, man.
He bought 4 million Dogecoin. I was sitting over here at 54,000. My head was spinning. He bought 4 million. He went into debt. and apparently he paid it off. He went into debt to buy Doge when it was like less than a penny, and he made at a point in time he was like $2 million account.
Insane.
$2 million.
I remember seeing it too.
And they were like, sell. And he said, no.
He said it's going to $1.
It's going to $1, bros. So, like, you know, I'm just trying to explain the levels of psychology, right? That crypto can like get in and alter your judgment, because it can make someone who flipped 7,000 into 40, or someone who flipped 100,000 into 2 million, you know, act the same. Act like, hey, this is euphoria. It's never gonna go down. It's only gonna go up. Let's keep writing this. Gamble. Gambler mentality. And that is my biggest, I wouldn't say fear, but my biggest like judgment, or like reasoning for why I know now better to be wary of that state of mind. If you ever see yourself get excited, know to tame yourself. If you want to get excited when things are low, because that's when you make money. In stocks and in crypto, you do not make money when things are high. You make money when things are low, and you buy it low.
Right.
And when things are high, you like, trust me, in your better judgment, it is so much better to not be excited when you're making money. It is so much better to be level-headed, to be thoughtful, to be understanding of the narrative, of the possibilities of manipulation, of everything, to be sober-minded, using all these terms here, just to try to drive it home, and to make the right decision, because you could lose it all, right?
Yeah.
And that it is so hard for a gambler to understand that. It is so hard, because when you're in the high, you're in the high. So those words, they call it FUD. It's like, hey man, stop trying to FUD my bags, bro. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? They're like, hey man, that's just being doubtful.
That's right.
You know, and there's a whole freaking culture around FUD and around, like, you know, the rebuttal to the guys telling you, like, hey, maybe you should sell some, take profits, right? So my stance on crypto, you can make money. And maybe if the cycle exists and there's a 4-year cycle and that's real, right? If that's real, then you could buy at the low, it goes up, you sell, make some money, right?
Right.
What's important is to realize when to have a strategy, a plan, right? I have crypto. I have half a million Dogecoin now. I bought at the low. When it went back down, I bought more. I have 500,000 Dogecoin, and
he believes again.
but I'm not thinking about it, and I already have a sell limit.
You think that makes you a better trader?
Well, I don't even care about it. That's the thing. I'm not saying it makes me a better trader. I'm saying that I'm not in crypto mentally.
You're emotionless.
I do not care about this 500,000 Dogecoin. I will not allow it to take the better hold of my judgment. I have a sell limit, and that limit is $1, right? If it hits $1, it's gonna sell by itself, and I'm gonna have $500,000, right? But right now, debt free, I'm concentrated on stocks. I'm concentrated on a plan with stocks. I'm dollar cost investing the same amount every week on stocks. And I'm focusing on that. And if crypto goes up and this thing hits, that's good. If it doesn't, that's fine. It's gonna stay there, you know.
Okay. It's your lottery ticket.
I mean, because
you're not feeling anything.
Yeah,
about it.
because I believe crypto is something that you could make a lot of money in,
Right.
But you shouldn't get lost in the sauce.
That's how I feel about lottery.
It's very important. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you need to get out of it, because it historically retraces. It goes up and then it goes down. And when it goes down 93%. Right. So if it's not something you buy and hold, unless you're doing unless it's the winner, like Bitcoin's the winner, Ethereum's the winner, right? There's not a lot of winners.
No.
Right.
Pulse chain.
So like if you bought Bitcoin and you hold, like it's gonna go up and down and up and down and up and down, and in 10 years your $1,000 will be worth like 100 million.
Right.
Right. Like that's a pretty good buy and hold. But there's the psychology that the roller coaster that it'll send you through will be insane, right? So it's something you have to be very disciplined in, and yet like I want the listeners to really understand. I would never say don't go get into crypto, but I would say don't go all in. And if you're gonna get into it all in, just know that it might be more powerful than you.
Yeah. It's basically you learned your lesson from the first time you were hoping it would hit $1 and it didn't because you were an emotional investor. Like that's how everybody comes in at first. I was like that too. I did the exact same thing, man. I bought Doge back in 2021 at 5 cents, 7 cents, 8 cents. Saw it rise up all the way to 70 cents. Pulled out a little bit. But then I let the rest ride because I was like, it's going $1. And I lost it all. And then again, I sold like once it went way down. So I lost on a lot of possible gains. Learned my lesson too. Now the way I invest is the exact same way that you do. It's just like, I get happy when I win, obviously, but I don't get happy to win. Like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually my financial insight, it kind of has to deal with that as well. So for me this week, I kind of just really learned like the more money you make, the more money you control, right? You need to have, so the more money you make, the more money you have, the more control you need to have over that money. Because making more money creates this feeling of safety where you can easily overspend. You're not really worried because you have money, you can cover it. But overspending easily leads to debt. You guys trust me? I've done that, been there many times. That's why I'm in debt now. So it's funny because like after 2 weeks of having control of my spending, the way that I do now, not something I've done before, I seem to have more money available, even though I actually haven't made more money. It's crazy. And the difference was literally just control over my money. I didn't have any. I knew I had money, so I just spent it. Now that I have control, somehow I have more money than before, even though I haven't made any more money. It's crazy, but that's a real thing. So the more you make, the more control you should have, unless you're okay with basically, overspending and eventually ending up in debt. So yeah.
Nice.
That's me for the finance insight this week.
All right. So personal goals.
Let me go first.
Sure.
So, because mine is really easy this week.
Okay.
All right. So for last week, I figured out my lessons, right? I wanted to do 14 lessons this week. I did it. I'm in a 54 lesson course trying to learn content creation because that is the business that I want to start. And out of the 54 lessons in this last week, I was supposed to do 14. Finished the 14, accomplished. This upcoming week, however, it's going to be very easy. I want to finish the rest of the 54 lessons. I'm not going to give myself all the time in the world. I just want to finish it in 1 week.
Nice.
So I only gave myself that as personal goal, is to finish the rest of the 54 lessons this upcoming week. That's it.
Nice.
Once I do that, I'll move on to the next step. I'll let you guys know next week.
Okay. I am done studying for the part 107.
Nice.
20 hours of studying.
Sheesh, dude. Good stuff.
Dude, I've been cooped up in my room for 2 weeks.
That's right. Let's go.
Studying and playing League of Legends.
That's how you, what? Downtown.
And yeah, in between it.
Elon does it.
And I am ready to take that test. So I'm gonna schedule it hopefully for Friday of next week, and then I'll keep studying between now and then, just make sure I don't forget things.
Yeah.
But by this time next week, by next podcast, okay. I am going to say that I have my Part 107 certificate.
Let's go, baby!
And
Hell
then,
yeah!
And then I can start filming,
dude. That'd be cool.
And then the goals can be film and
right.
Yeah.
But that's nice, dude. Good job.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a little bit longer, but I think there's some good stuff in this podcast.
Definitely some good stuff.
Yeah. Closing remarks. So I just want to say that I cannot wait to be out of crypto.
Wow.
That's my closing remark.
Wow. Man.
Just to tie the knot on that, that's the honest me that lives inside this, right? I hate cryptocurrency.
You're in to make money and get out.
Yeah. I think if not financial advice, if you get into crypto, I would have the same mentality, just get in, get out.
Right.
Because you can make money, but it goes on quick. So
I guess.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you know what? I see why. In my closing remarks, now I'm going to make them about crypto. I learned that the thing we thought was crypto isn't really crypto. What you're buying on Robinhood isn't really crypto. So if I can tell anybody anything, is really understand what crypto is. Because right now, Robinhood, Coinbase, that's not really crypto. So you're buying securities. These company own your crypto. So if you really want to hold your own tokens, as Richard Hart says, your keys, right? Your wallet, your tokens. So make sure you understand that difference. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm actually excited to show you guys, because Miguel is very against crypto. He's in and out. I'm very excited to show you guys how I can grow wealth with crypto, for my future to come. So it'll be interesting to see the difference, because you're doing stocks, I'm doing crypto. It'll be really interesting to see how this develops.
Nice. And in the future, I'll have some crypto, but not more than 5% of my total portfolio.
That's all you need.
That's the goal, just 5%.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. And I'll tell you, I'll help you. I'll let you know. Like, hey man, buy this, buy that.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Remember to like and subscribe
right.
so that we're not just talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
And
See
peace
you
out.
guys later.
Yeah.